ever say a final goodbye. Let's just say I'll see you down the road. And I do. I see them again. And I can be certain in my heart I'll see you again.
Hello, YouTubers and all social media lands. Welcome to an all-new movie review. In this movie review, we're going to be talking about a Golden Globe winning film that actually won Best Picture and Best Director at this past Golden Globes this year. So that's going to be a really awesome treat. So we're going to get right into that. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these videos or any of the other awesome videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content, if you get a kick out of it, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where you can see also cool posts and stuff like that of cool new additions to my collection, and all kinds of cool stuff like that, too. So definitely check those out, too. As always, people, let's get right into this! So welcome, one and all, to an all-new movie review. So like I was saying before, we're going to be talking about a Golden Globe winning film that just won Best Picture and Best Director at this past Golden Globes, which aired this last Sunday. And this film happens to be the film called Nomadland. Oh yeah, Nomadland. Ooh, Nomadland. So Nomadland, if you're not familiar with what it's basically, the premise of the film, it's basically about this group of people that are known as the Nomads. And pretty much the movie takes place in talking about that a little bit and kind of giving you an idea of what a nomad person is. Now, this film is directed none other by a lady known as Chloe Zhao. Oh yeah, Chloe Zhao. Ooh. So Chloe Zhao, this is written and directed by her, and also is going to be the director of the Eternals that comes out, that is supposed to come out in theaters this upcoming November. So Chloe Zhao hasn't directed very many films. This is actually her third feature film that she directed with Nomadland. Now her other two films I actually haven't had the pleasure of checking out, but they are considered amazing films that were very well liked by critics, were nominated for many awards from different types of independent films and stuff like that, and are considered very interesting and, you know, very similar to Nomadland, being about something that is something true in real life, basically. Now, the first film that she directed, which came out in 2015, was her directorial debut, and is a film called Songs My Brother Taught Me. Yeah, Songs My Brother Taught Me. Ooh. So basically this film is basically about a Indian tribe. And this brother and sister, and basically it's about their relationship and how their relationship is. And it's very, considered like a drama, epic, kind of slightly based on, a real Indian tribe. And is a very interesting take. And like I said, this got nominated for many awards. It was critically acclaimed for her directorial debut back in 2015. But like I said, I haven't seen it. I haven't actually seen the trailer for it. But this definitely seems like a very interesting film. And simply for the fact that, it's very similar to what Nomadland is, I can see why, it's probably getting a lot of critical acclaim. And probably a lot of people are going to go check it out now if they really enjoyed Nomadland. So it's definitely something maybe I'll check down in the future, but definitely something that is considered hugely acclaimed and a decent film. So if you haven't seen it and you enjoy Chloe Zhao's performance or direction with Nomadland, definitely go check it out. It seems like an interesting film. The second film that Chloe Zhao directed is another film that is only her second directorial debut, but was considered another huge success and actually got nominated for a lot more awards than her directorial debut. And that, of course, is a 2017 film called The Writer. Yeah, The Writer. Ooh. So The Writer basically is about the life of, once again, another Native American family and kind of what they're dealing with over in South Dakota and kind of their life on the farm and how it is to have, autistic daughter and all kinds of stuff like this. And basically the film is a Western drama basically about that and kind of what it's like to be this type of Native American. And once again, like I said, it got huge praise, was considered a huge hit. I don't believe it won any of its nominated awards, but still was considered a huge success by the critics. It's another one I actually haven't seen. It's not something that really calls to me, but definitely maybe down the road I might check it out just to see what she did with the film, see how it compares to Nomadland. But definitely, if you're a huge Chloe Zhao fan and you really enjoyed Nomadland, definitely give this a whirl, people. It's probably a good watch, probably interesting, especially if you like Nomadland, and definitely give it. It'll probably give you a very interesting aspect on this type of Native American tribe too, as well, because the Native Americans are a very interesting type of people, and any information we have on them is really awesome and always really enjoyable to find out, so that we have better grasp of what they dealt with. And I just think that it's very admirable of Chloe Zhao to give us these interesting stories of these Native American tribes, and definitely worth giving it a watch. So if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch, people. See if it holds up to Nomadland. So when it comes to Chloe Zhao's direction in Nomadland, I unfortunately found it very drawn out, very boring, and very little dialogue. I thought that her writing skills in the film weren't anything of that great importance, and I don't think she did anything that great with this film. From the get-go, from the beginning of the film to the end, I found myself kind of drifting off and not being able to, stay focused because there was so little dialogue and not great story to this. And at the same time, it's showing the life of the nomad, and I get that these people, they do what they want to do because that's what they believe. And I don't think that Zoe did as great job as they said with depicting that, because I feel there was a lot more to these people than what we saw in this film. So I don't give her any huge credit for this role. I don't think it was that great of a directing. I don't think it was great writing. I don't think it was anything that great. So I'm surprised she won Best Director for this film, because I just found this film very outright boring and just not interesting at all. And I think, that if I saw a documentary about the Nomads, I think I probably would have found that more interesting. I don't feel like this was something of a great topic, how it was presented in this type of feature-length film. So, all in all, I don't think she did anything great. I don't think it was great directing. I don't think it was anything special. Definitely, I don't think she's anything of a great director yet. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing other things she directs and seeing if she does and improves in her directing performance. So this film has a really small cast. Nothing great, but a couple really great actors who I think are amazing actor and actress. They are always awesome in everything they do. I always enjoy watching them. And it was kind of sad to see in this film because even their star power didn't make this movie any better, unfortunately. But of course, this film was led none other by a great actress known as Frances McDormand. Oh yeah, Frances McDormand, woo! Frances McDormand, amazing actress. So awesome, from Fargo to anything she's ever been in. She's always on point, amazing. And I always enjoy her. I think she's absolutely hilarious. I think she's amazing at everything she does. And her lackluster performance in this, I was just really stunted at how, she went from such a great film such as 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, to this. I was just like, wow, like, what happened? Like, I definitely feel that how she was directed definitely did not make her performance any better in this film, unfortunately. But a couple of films I really enjoy her in are such great films. Now, the first one happens to be a 1990s film that stars Edward Norton and Richard Gere. And then, of course, a film called Primal Fear. Oh yeah, Primal Fear. Oh my god, such a great, amazing movie. And Frances McDormand plays the psychiatrist that's trying to figure out what's going on with Edward Norton. And basically, find out if he really is, schizophrenic, or if he, has, blackouts and stuff like this and stuff like that. And she just played that character to the T. I absolutely loved it. I loved her interaction with Edward Norton. I loved her interaction with everyone in the film. And I enjoyed the amazing confidence she brought to the role and giving us this really, realistic character that you really felt was really like this psychiatrist type of person. And I just thought that Frances did an amazing job of the film and just was really enjoyable. If you haven't seen Primal Fear, definitely check it out. Frances McDormand is amazing in it. Now that brings me to the second film she was in that I really enjoyed. And this, of course, is her Academy Award-winning film that she won Best Actress for, and she totally deserved it for this film. She was so amazing in this film, and I just can't believe that she went from this high performance to this film. And that, of course, a film called 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, my God, this is such a great film. Such an amazing film. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was hands down really amazing. Lots of great, performance in this film. She really brought to life this character, basically this mother, who loses her daughter that's been murdered, and kind of her way of dealing with things and trying to figure out who did this to her daughter and so forth. It's just a really amazing performance and well-deserved Oscar for this performance. If you haven't seen 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri yet for her performance, one of her best performances to date, definitely check it out, people. It's worth a watch. So like I was saying before, I thought her performance in this film was probably the worst I've seen in recent years. I thought it was very bland. I thought it was very, just really not Frances McDormand. I didn't feel like she really was one of these nomad people. And I really didn't see her really bring that great performance she usually does. So I was really let down by this performance, and I thought she could have done so much better. Not my favorite and best performance by Frances, but still an amazing actress. So that brings me to the final actor I'm going to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than main awesome man himself, Mr. David Strathairn. Oh yeah, David Strathairn. Woo! Oh my God. Absolutely love David. Everything he's in, he's so amazing. He was amazing in Good Night, Good Luck. He was amazing in, The River. He was amazing in the episode Monk he was in. He is always awesome in anything he does, even in A League of Their Own and so forth. He just is an amazing talent that is always perfection on point, whatever character he plays, I feel. Now, a couple films I really enjoyed him in that I thought he did a really good job. Now, the first one he was in was just a really on-point film that I thought did a pretty decent job of, basically recreating a book series that it's based on. And that, of course, is a film called The Spiderwick Chronicles. Oh, yeah, The Spiderwick Chronicles. Ooh, yeah. So this came out in 2008, stars Freddie Highmore. Seth Rogen is a voice in the film. And David Strathairn actually plays Arthur Spiderwick, the author of the Spiderwick books. And he is so amazing in the role. I thought he had the look, he had the essence of the character, he brought to life this character and just gave a really outstanding performance that I think he doesn't get enough credit for how awesome he was as this character. And everything he did in the film, the few scenes he was in and so forth, he just was so awesome and fun. And just had a really great essence to him. I mean, he had the character down to the T, especially if you're a fan of the books and you read the books. If you read the description or anything that Arthur did, in the books, David Strathairn did exactly what he did in the books, and I thought it was a really picture-perfect performance. If you haven't seen the Spiderwick Chronicles yet, definitely check it out, people. It's a really great family film. It's action, adventure, fantasy. It's really fun and really great CGI for its time. Definitely give it a try. It's worth the watch for David. So that brings me to the second film that David Strathairn was in that I really enjoyed him in. Now this film I don't think gets a lot of talk about these days. I haven't heard a lot of people mention this film. Now this film came out in 1992 and had a huge ensemble cast. I mean, it had Dan Aykroyd in it, it had Robert Redford, it had River Phoenix in it. I mean, this movie had a great cast, and it's a really fun, awesome film. And then, of course, a film called Sneakers. Oh, yeah, Sneakers. Oh, my God, this movie is so awesome, and David Strathairn is so amazing. I absolutely love this character. He actually plays a blind character in the film who is so good at pretending to be a blind person. And you really feel, like, as you're watching the film and everything he does and interacts with, you really feel he's authentically a blind person. And that's how good David is at acting. And he really brought a great essence to the character. His interactions with everyone and just a lot of his lines in the film were so funny and on point and so well written. And just a great directing through the whole film too as well that gave David Strathairn that area to work to really give a great performance. Really enjoyable. If you haven't seen Sneakers, definitely give it a whirl, people. It's worth a watch. It's a great film and great performance by David Strathairn. But like I said, when it comes to his performance in Nomadland, as great of an actor he was, he actually was probably my favorite part about the film. He definitely brought a great essence to the character still, even though it was lackluster as well, like Francis McDormand. He still gave a little better performance, I thought, than Francis did. And I really enjoyed, what he tried to brought to the film and kind of how he interacted with Francis. And I thought that once he popped on the screen, it kind of spiked my interest a little bit more and gave me a little bit better performance. Not that much, but a tiny smidge more better than Francis was, unfortunately. And he still wasn't one of his best roles, but still was a decent, performance, of a lackluster performance. It still was, okay. But at the same time, all around it, on a whole for the performance, I thought it was very lackluster, similar to Francis McDormand, and not his best. Definitely, if you're a David Strathairn film, definitely check out Nomadland for his performance. It was an okay performance. So what is Nomadland about? So basically the premise of the film, it basically follows Francis McDormand's character, who is a nomad, who basically decides to live off the land and not have really any physical possessions and try to live like our ancestors did. And the movie basically is about her transition to becoming a nomad and kind of the other nomad people she interacts with and kind of give me a sense of who a nomad is. And that's pretty much what the film is about. Like I said, I thought this film was very lackluster. I thought it was very boring. I did not find it entertaining at all. And it was not a documentary, so to me, a documentary versus a feature-length film are two completely different things. If this was a documentary, I could have understood it better, I feel, and would have gave me a better perspective, and I probably would have found it more entertaining. But this being a feature-length film and being about entertainment, being about giving the viewer a interesting view, I definitely felt that it was not at par and was not worth any of the wins that it received at the Golden Globes this year. If this wins any Oscars, I'll be really shocked at this winning things, but at the same time, because it won so many Golden Globes, I wouldn't be surprised that if it does win, like Best Picture this year or anything like that. I totally don't agree with that. I don't think it deserves that. I don't think it's anything that great. I've seen a lot better films last year that were more worthy, such the film Run was a lot better of a film that was about that, or even, films like I Care a Lot, or even films like Judas and the Black Messiah. These are all way better than this film, a lot more entertaining, and just all around could have been a better film. Nomadland, I basically give only 4 Golden Movie Boxes up because of David Strathairn and Francis McDormand being involved in the film and being the main actor and actress. Other than that, I think the film was just a whole failure and just all around not entertaining or fun at all. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely give it a try, see what you think, this is my opinion, and that's how I felt about it. So, go ahead and check it out, see for yourself, see if you think it's worthy of winning the 2 Golden Globes it won, if it's Oscar worthy and stuff like that. But definitely, it's worth the watch just to see, to say you've seen it, so that you can see what type of film it is and kind of where the film, takes place and kind of what it's trying to tell you. Because other than that, it could have been awesome as a documentary, I think, and that could have been more entertaining. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you've been here before, don't forget to check out my awesome links down below, where you can either find my TeePublic store, or also my amazing Patreon page, where I show amazing outtakes, bloopers, and all kinds of cool stuff. So, definitely check that out if you're interested, and if you enjoy my content, definitely check it out, people. And as always, catch you in the next one.